Hey there, this is Peacekeeperalex and the Psychic Wargamers. This is going to be the Psychic Wargamers stream number 6. It's going to be the Yellow Turban Rebellion campaign Let's Play number 6 as well, I believe. And yeah, we're gonna dive right into where we left off last episode, which was the siege of Jiangxia, the city. We've been holding on to the farmland for a while and trying to mount an assault over on Ruin, the iron mine, which was stolen from us.
Why must
from
we
Liu Baio, which currently we still don't have a peace treaty with, so, and I'm happy about that. Although I am worried that Yuan Shu is going to steal it from us. But there is another city that he has to worry about, so he might have to deal with that one before heading to the iron mine. That being said, I think we want to get onto the siege, which we're going to be stealing from Hongzhou, which I think he's a vassal of somebody here. He is. It's Liu Baio. Again, Liu Baio. He's the oh, then this is perfect. Let's dive right in here because we have a bigger force, 2029 taking on 1,000, and it is going to be a siege. So we're going to have to build some siege engine first. I think we're going to want to go battering ram. I think just the battering ram. I think we're going to wait one turn. We don't want to wait any longer than that, because we have the advantage. And we are still losing money here because I do have an extra army. So I am wondering what we can do here in regards to diplomacy, if we can trade some stuff. So we'll go and speak to our cronies, Huang Shao and Gongdu, of the Yellow Turban Rebellion. See if we can get some stuff, some things, some money. And I think I will trade this okay, so yeah, law enforcer, we'll definitely trade him, because we need some money. And he does have 7,000, but his Huang Shao, nah, they have 7,000 apiece. I wonder.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll trade with Gongdu. He has the most money. Trade ancillaries. We'll trade this law enforcer. Gives +4 authority, +2 public order. And yeah. We'll try and see if we can get some income. And we will get some money for this, about 1,000, so that'll hold us off for another 4 or 5 turns until we can try and situate a couple more territories under our control. So I am a psychic medium. I do discern spiritual communications at times, both within my mind and outlawed voice, automatic writing, and things of that nature. And that's one of the things in regards to this series. This content is about looking at some of the aspects in regards to the gaming within spirit, the spiritual aspect of it. And I do go to the spirit to open channel at times, as well as other sort of capacities as well too. But one of the things in regards to this game is there other kinds of customizations, like different kinds of fashion and form changing? Yes, there is, and that's an open channel from the spirit. So there is different kinds of spiritual aspects to this game, I think, to a certain degree. And I'm advocating for what my spirit guides indicate regarding this marketing application, etc. For my spirit guides, indicated. With that being said, what sort of form changing is there? Well, many. Within the confines of warfare, there was different kinds of form changing and things of that nature as subterfuge and other kinds, not just in regards to diplomacy, but also court. I mean, you look at all these, reforms. Well, there is, actually to a certain degree in regards to research and technology, multiple kinds that would interact to a certain extent.
Strike true.
And the fashion aspect of the game, is there like I was wondering, because I do wish that there was a certain kind of like if I go over here,
I am at one
details, I wish
again.
like we can change some of the armor and that sort of thing, but like what is the, like what kind of mounts? Is it more than just horses? Yes. So I'm guessing there's like, is there like ethereal kind of like mounts and things like that? True. Very cool. What kind of spiritual weaponry, potentially existed back then? There was multiple kinds. It depends on the dimensional existence. So, I mean, is there a possibility in regards to, certain kind of mods and modifications in regards to the spiritual aspects of this game? Obviously, sanctioned sort of, stuff I'm talking about to a certain extent for what's acceptable. Yeah. I mean, just as you've seen modifications in regards to Napoleon Total War, in regards to, the Great War, World War One, that sort of thing. There is other kinds, and yeah, there is certain kinds in regards to advanced weaponry on the battlefield in the gameplay itself. I'm wondering, is there that sort of aspect where, was there a spiritual technology that was advanced back in this time period? There might have been. Intern. Thank you. I appreciate the answers.
Tolerance is the best we can offer.
Now he wants peace. Liu Baio wants peace. Negotiate. Oh, he's really willing. He's really willing. I wonder. It says his power level is... Okay, alright. I'm gonna check that.
We will remember this.
And he does venture forth with his army. Whoa, that is a bold stance, and he doesn't have a larger army than me. So things get interesting. And this is Liu Baio. No, one of our brethren was destroyed. This faction is no more, leaving one less warrior on the battlefield of history. They may be remembered, or their very name be consigned to oblivion. Not cool. That is not good at all. So, is there other kinds of negotiation as well when we're going to like the diplomacy page? I mean, when we go to the diplomacy page and we click Liu Baio, when we negotiate, is there other like factions that we're negotiating with too in the spiritual aspect? Yes. Well, that's freaking cool.
Attack! To attention!
So I'm going to try and attack Liu Baio here. I'm going to see if it works. Oh, okay, that does not. That is not good. I ventured forth too much, and so that is a problem. He technically could attack this area here, and I don't know. We might just have enough to be able to defeat him. I had ventured forth with Guoda to try and attack him, but it went around for some reason, and it would take 2 turns. I clicked March Stance to try and go back to Runin, the large town, and now I am just out of the vicinity, and yet Liu Baio is able to potentially strike. And what stance is he in? Oh, he's in March Stance, though. Alright, that's in March Stance, so he's not going to be able to attack it per se, so that is the good thing of it. But he might be able to get to this city, so I'm going to attack this city right now, because we do have those siege engines, and we are going to start battle. So this is going to be He Yi against Huang Zu. Let's go.
Under our steady hand, China will know peace.
They have abused the people for too long. No more!
With a sharp, powerful cut, this tree shall fall. We shall stand amongst their broken corpses before long.
So this is going to be a proper siege, And I'm wondering if we have any broken walls. Any takers? Any? So, from my understanding in regards to these siege battles, I think maybe I want to send my army forth to give cover in regards to the siege weapons, considering there is only one siege engine, and I've seen the siege engines get crippled quite quickly if we're not careful. So we're going to go with that siege equipment. We're going to move up our forces, and there is already a lot of archers hitting, so we want to try and get to that area where we're... Get our missile fire in there, get going on these guys. There we go, they're starting to drop. So our archers are doing their work. And our men, I'm going to send them up the walls. Get them up there. And we'll leave these guys right in the center to march through the gates once they are broken. Getting a lot of archers pelting those walls, and right on them we got the spearmen. They got archers kind of firing down upon my men. But a lot of them are getting hit with our archers here. It's fairly surprising, actually. I don't usually notice the amount of archers going down on the enemy side upon the walls. They usually have those wall kind of defenses to be able to protect them from the archer fire, but that was not working this time. And my men are scaling the walls. They are venturing forth with clubs. Clubs. That is, these guys, what are these guys? Chanters. Well, these guys are really good. They actually empower the army next to them. Sacred Chants, plus 10% melee base damage, plus 10% melee damage armor piercing, and plus 10% armor. Really good. And the enemy units are retreating on the walls. So we're getting through. And we got that spear unit there. Full spear unit. And we're starting to batter on the gatehouse now. And they have, yeah, we've destroyed the gates. Perfect. We're going to send our units in, right through the front door, and we're going to continue firing with our archers here. We're going to send them straight to the spear guards. So now I'm aiming my archer fire at those last remaining spearmen on the walls. They're kind of flying the ointment to my attack here. And my men are marching into the city, and we're gonna try and send them right to the center, I think. And the victory point, Hangzhou. We're gonna send them straight forward, and there is some enemy along the way. A horseman unit on the left flank of this, in the inner city, as well as Jai infantry captain, and they're gonna meet up with them because they're taking the left flank into the city, the left side of it, at least from my vantage point. So the archers are now scaling the wall, some of them, upon not having the ammunition needed. But, you know, they were able to do a decent amount with it. I did see that. They put it to good use, as resulted. So the enemy walls are almost taken. And there is a clash now with in the inner city. Well, right on the out leader of the city, right beyond the walls. Sky Warriors taking on some light halberd infantry. There we go.
Their tower is ours.
Ooh. fairly deadly here in regards to the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Kind of getting cut down here on this corner. But over on the side of them, they're doing really well, kind of fending them off. Right at the point of attack. Just bodies going flying. They are starting to... There we go. That's not good. Halberd against sword. In my experience, usually the sword emerges victorious. See a couple units, enemy units, trying to hold off, and not happening. I'm gonna move a spear unit here and try to attack this giant infantry captain from the side. Because they are holding our units off to a certain extent. So now we're getting right behind this enemy unit. And there is still those spears on the walls. If I can just spot them, they are still doing their thing. Getting attacked from either side. For my men, and there's a bit of a peasant warriors. I think that's mine actually. And my two generals taking their time here. They're still outside the walls. I'm sending them in. That's my fault there. I'm going to send them in, and this giant infantry captain, standing the way on the left flank of 4 units of mine, kind of, on either side, taking some out, but they're slowly getting attacked here and taken down. Only 89 units left on their side. They haven't taken out too many of mine. A lot of good defense in regards to those infantry. And then my general, one of my generals just goes right in the middle of it, right in the thick of that giant infantry captain, and starts attacking. That was the fly in that unit's ointment. That's for damn true. And I got another two generals on the way, and I'm going to send them straight at that horseman, I think. And the giant infantry captain is wavering here, and they're starting to retreat, and I'm going after this saber cavalry.
To attention! Archers, attack!
And the spearmen on the walls are now retreating. And this saber cavalry doesn't know what to do with all this large mass of my men just attacking them. 8 units. Yeah, close. 7 units and 3 generals just completely running at this one unit of cavalry. Not having much of a chance. And there's just basically one bowman at the city center, and that would be game. Oh, wait, no. There's another one. There's 101 units. No, not units. 101... Well, 101 men in this unit.
Enemy warriors are running. Ha!
I could say 101 units within this squadron, what you can call So we're going to go after these spear guards and then march to the city center, and that would be the end of that. And there is still spear guard trying to retreat on this wall through the mass of the yellow turban warriors up there.
Their tower is ours!
The spear guard is retreating upon the two of my allied generals attacking. The archers retreat, and that's that would be the end of that. I'm going to put on slow motion and survey the battlefield. Decisive victory. One of their spear guard units getting a lot of kills, 105 actually, and yeah, more so than any unit on my side, so we think. That one spear guard unit on the floor, I think, or was it the one up top on the walls? No, it was the one up top on the walls, and then the other, the infantry captain getting 70 kills on the floor there. We're going to occupy and aid wounded. Minus 20% population, 285 income, 10 faction support, plus 100k population growth, and 5 military supplies. Public order's not too bad either.
In time, they will thank us for this.
Huangzu, this faction is no more. Leaving one less warrior on the battlefield of history. They may be remembered, or their very name may be consigned to oblivion. Patient captured enemy capital, Jiangxia city. Commandery secured, Jiangxia. Character rank, Pingai is ranked up. Ancillaries, we can trade more ancillaries. Perfect. Diplomacy. And just when he joined war against is it Huang Shu or is it Yuan Shu? Yuan Shu, yeah. And that leaves this situation over here, and they still could attack the farmland. So I am wondering about that. He raided this area here, I think, to a certain degree, tried to steal some monies. So Jiangxia farmland is fairly damaged currently, sadly. So we'll rank up Pingai. And what are we going to choose here? Condemn, plus 5 expertise, ability condemn, plus 2 authority, plus 2 enlightenment. Preach, plus 5 expertise, ability preach, plus 3 authority, plus 2 enlightenment. These words will fortify the spirit. And the one before was these words will bring shame and humiliation. There's also focus, plus 5 resolve, plus 3 cunning, plus 2 enlightenment, plus 10% ranged armor piercing damage, plus 10% ranged damage, plus 30% income from industry. I like that one. Oh, Tranquility, ability recover, +3 resolve, +5 instinct, +2 enlightenment, +3% income from peasantry. Peace is the natural state, all else is transitory. The one before was breathe out and into your target, allowing distractions to fall away. There's also integrity as well, +5 expertise, +3 authority, +2 enlightenment, +20% satisfaction, -20% corruption, local commandery. Be content with what you have to guard against temptation. I think... I do like the range damage. That coming with focus, coupled with the +3% from industry, makes it a decent choice. Plus the higher stat increase and the enlightenment as well. I'm gonna go with focus. So we're gonna see what Liu Baio does here. I don't know if he's gonna go towards Runin Large Town or Jiangxia farmland. Either way.
Sprout ever upwards to heaven.
And the farmland's fine. So the farmland isn't attacked. It was actually upon my entering the city here that I think it was attacked in regards to Jiangxia city. But I think next turn something changes. So we'll see. Reforms were still going on moral laws. Commanderies, Jiangxia. So we're going to go to next turn here, see what he does.
By joining our war.
So he has moved away, and now Huang Shao wants us to join a certain kind of campaign against Tao Qian. Where's Tao Qian? He's way over there, so that would actually be decent for me. Although I don't know if I like to keep stacking these up. I think it's a good deal. So we'll go and accept that, get some money for that.
Thought that would meet your approval.
Far ways away for us to not be too involved, I think.
My rise
And Liu Baio comes back again. Oh, let's see what we missed here. Remain hungry. A swordsman in your realm is known to be unbeatable, and you have enjoyed many evenings watching him defeat challengers in fighting matches. However, one evening he is challenged by a peasant armed with a simple homemade bamboo staff in a place of a sword. The warrior scoffs, but the peasant's fighting style is unknown to him, and he is soon laid low by the deft movement of the staff. You contemplate this and conclude that flexibility is the greatest weapon against chaos, and it is time you yourself studied a new skill. Ancillary gained discourses of the states for he. -5% corruption, faction-wide, that's fairly decent. Read the words of the great and good who walked the world before you and learn something of its ways. Very cool. I am wondering about what some of the historical figures who have passed on feel about you know, this game, but also other kinds of games of depiction where that sort of thing is involved. Well, some of them like it, and some of them, well, some of them like it. Okay. There is sometimes a perception in regards to what we consume in regards to content, games, literature, you know, movies, film, series, you know, and other kinds as well. Are some of the depictions historically accurate? Some of them are, actually, and that is the truth. And do some of them like the depictions in regards to themselves? Actually, yeah, to a certain extent. I do apologize. Because there was this sort of you know, when I discerned certain, like, the spirit of this game earlier on, I also have discerned certain kinds of characters and people's emerge in regards to some of the portrayals of the historical figures in this game. I'm wondering if there's more to it than that, and if in certain dimensional existences the utilization of that is happening to a certain extent. And I'm going to actually level up. Well, there is, and it does. It is, to a certain degree. There are lives behind the scenes and other dimensional that are potentially lived in regards to some of the depictions pertaining to the historical figures in this game. Yeah. I do like the discourse. I wonder if everyone will like this better. Plus 3K, population growth. Book of People. I like that one, but I think I want to put it in Discourses of the States. Plus 6 satisfaction, plus 6 authority, plus minus 5, so minus 5% corruption. I'm going to put that one on. Just a brown horse.
Never yield. Maintain momentum. Summon the merchants. I would browse.
So Jiangxia, we can repair a lot of different things here to a certain extent. I think I'll repair one of them, or maybe more. Maybe repairing. Yeah, it's not gonna be too much to repair all this, so we'll repair all of it. And we're actually gonna see. And I still need to upgrade, so we want to add some stats. So I mean, per one single unit in this game, is there like entire spiritual entourages in regards to it? Yeah. It makes it for like, you have 160 units, you might have thousands, and for some hundreds of thousands in regards to one single group of units, or unit card. Unit card, yeah, perfect. Also, yeah, friggin' heck. That is amazing. And our other dimensional selves and you know, some of those in proximity are potentially playing the same game in like an online campaign kind of thing? Yes, some. Wow, that's very cool. I'm hoping that I'm not dictating too much on their end to a certain extent. Well, this is the case. Well, that would be the true. Oh, charisma. Plus 10 unit morale, plus 2 public order, plus 2 enlightenment. Charisma. Radiate vitality, and you will inspire others to do the same. Inspiration, plus 5 expertise, plus 3 authority, plus 2 enlightenment, enables entourage, 6% income from commerce. Oh. Chose a bird and it will fly away, be still and it will perch nearby. Zeals, meditations are good, I think. Morale and defending. Ability to recover. What does this unlock? Ooh, the research rate one. That's very good. I'm going to take inspiration. I'm going to go with that. How do I get the ranked up, healed soon? 56 additional enlightenment to reach this rank. Okay, and why do we have so... And we do have more things to trade, so we'll go to... and, you know, there is a true Gong Du. I don't know why he's a little bit upset. Strategic threat. I'm not going to be attacking Gong Du. Equals, that's not what we want. Huang Shao, that's around the same. He still is in a better spot.
Welcome. Take a seat.
Trade ancillaries. Another law enforcer. So we'll try and request payment, regular payments. So 50, yeah. That's what we can get. 49. Alright, 49. Let's do it. It's decent. That situates the amount of money we're making. Now we're in the now we're in the positive. And a positive each turn. And I'm wondering if I should just leave these guys here to heal. I think that might be best. One turn, yeah. In fact, I want to recruit one more unit, I think. Yellow Turban Horsemen. And Chanters. And now we're in the negative again because I took that Horseman, so that wasn't necessarily decent, but I wanted to situate that area there. Get that one unit going, and we'll see if he attacks here, Liu Baio, because he's been kind of moving back and forth on the outskirts, and he is going to the farmland. I think I'll do Blessing Our Generals. The tapping teaches us the world is in perpetual chaos. Balance can only be found by cultivating our inner Tao. Under the gaze of heaven, incense is burned, sermons sung, and music played. Those around are filled with vigor and belief in the cause and look to you to lead them in worship. I think I'm going to go with Bless Our Generals plus 15 morale, own army. This person is an inspiration to the troops serving under them. Perfect. And worship. Ancillaries gained again, so we can trade some more stuff if we want to. And I think he is going to the farmland, so I want to move these troops out now. I actually want to attack and see if I can. No. So it is not.
Your districts can be protected with garrisons.
And now it is. Okay, so I moved him right into the Jiangxia farmland. And I'm guessing he just doesn't have nowhere to go, but he does. Well, he does. He still has his small city over there, the capital. I don't know why his character would be lingering over here, though. Especially with Yuan Shu at the gates. 2000. Still upgrading Runin. We can upgrade more things as well. Plus 1 in commerce. So that would be like another 80, which will definitely be decent. Alright, I think I will leave it there and can end turn. Yellow Turban Rebellion has emerged. A new faction has been born among the chaos that shrouds the land ally or foe. Their very presence adds to the uncertainty that threatens China's unification. So again, that sort of thing with the Yellow Turban faction that's separate from He Yi, Gongdu, and Huang Shao. Is it separate? Is it more like, you know, how Dong Zhao and the Han Empire operate? Is it like there's... Because it seems to be like, I can't find, like, there must be certain cities on the map that belong to them. True. The crooked shall be straight, crushed ones recuperate, the empty find their fill, the sworn with strength thrive. Who have little receive, and who have much will grieve. We have studied the scriptures and have taken our next step towards enlightenment. What shall we study next? So moral laws are studied. What is this? Resourcefulness versus stubborn. You encounter while strolling two contemporaries locked in a bitter dispute. Your words are nothing to me. The first snorts, I will not listen to such nonsense. Talk, talk, talk. I shall endure. Your stubbornness is ignorance. Water will find a way around any obstacle, argues the second. You, on the other hand, are unsure as to what they are actually arguing about. A relationship greatly deepens between He Yi and Yu Yuan. In regard, and the following requires that you do not have the following trait: stubbornness. Relationship deepens greatly between He Yi and Xu Jai. Resourceful needed not to be had in regards to it. So resourceful, I think I'll click. You resolve to be like water and flow around your problems.
Spare your frustrations at the mountains. They cannot endure. I am at one again.
Now, I almost want to go to Rune and Iron Mine, attack from one side here, and then bring in He Yi on the other.
Prepare my chambers.
I want to see what that looks like. Okay, so he's right there. Liu Baio is right there. And I'm going to try and attack this way.
Moving out. Warriors, attend.
And I can attack him, and he is willing to battle. He doesn't defend. He doesn't retreat. And deployed is 2,138, taking on 926. Liu Baio and again Huang Zong. And we're going to try this yet again. Battle Rune and Iron Mine. Guoda leading the forces here. Alright, so I'm going to go like this and just march towards him. We have the superior army. I'm going to pick a stance. So we'll go Crane's right wing. And we'll march forth.
Hidden units! An ambush! To attention! Double time! You will fall.
Suji, that is not what I said for you to do, good sir.
You will be cursed for your cowardice! Your words cannot deter me.
And that is not what I wanted to have happen there.
Make ready! Stand ready! With speed! Attend! Move out quickly! I must prevail!
There is going to be a single combat, He, Me, and Huang Zhang, I think. So, Guoda, try and send him behind.
Run, run!
There's a single combat happening.
Watch out! The enemy lies in wait for us!
So we're already, my general is scouted out.
To battle! To attention, archers!
And their archer units, they don't have a lot of archer units, so that is the decent of it.
Blade, prepare! Move, move! Attend, swordsman! It is useless.
First, the
to
units
try
are
to defeat
clashing.
me.
Some axemen and swordsmen.
not waste your breath. You will need it.
Our men have no ammunition. They cannot fire. Swords drawn.
So just all along the line here, multiple clashes happening. Swordsman on swordsman, axeman on swordsman. Not too many, I don't think there's any cavalry units, and the general battle is going in favor of He-Man. And Guoda is fighting Liu Baio in an unofficial general battle. Behind the clashes happening with the two armies. And I do have some men sitting here. What the heck? Get over here.
Move out quickly. The men have no ammunition. Draw your weapons.
Whoa. Not good. Let's try that again. A little bit of technical difficulties. Let's try that one more time.
War grows bitter and enduring between you and your enemy.
Just a little bit
If
of
there
loading
is
back to the
no
campaign
end in
map.
sight, then the people will grow weary of the protracted conflict. A swift and decisive end to this matter may be in your best interest. As the tide rises and falls, so too do the fortunes of warriors. Your army, having confronted a strength far beyond them, has succumbed to oblivion. Naught remains.
Honor your ideals.
Sadly, it's back to this spot. And upon this, we're going to do the same strategy that we did earlier.
Persevere. Resist corruption and endure
We're going
hardship.
to move he up.
Remain poised. On the march. Strike as one.
And this time he's just out of
Serve the
reach.
people.
And he does have a second army there, and it's Yuan Shu has taken the iron mine. When did this happen? This is not that was not what I was looking for. So Liu Baio is basically trapped behind enemy lines here, and he really should be getting back to Xiangyang, but he hasn't. And that is upsetting. So now I am going to have to declare war on Yuan Shu eventually, because I'm going to be taking that iron mine. That is unacceptable. Either that, or we're going to be able to might be able to trade. And yet, still not able to. Rank is too low, so maybe upon trying to rank up.
Sprout ever upwards to
Either way, I almost want to march over there to the Xiangyang. Huh. Interesting developments. Reforms, though. So that one battle we're not going to be able to play again due to technical difficulties, as he is just out of reach, and the iron mine is now under the control of another leader. But I'm wondering if we can still march past and go and try and take that small city. The sack value is fairly decent, too.
reject corruption.
And he doesn't have much, and so he's losing.
With sword.
He's unable to replenish either. So that is a good thing.
Steel for battle.
We got to choose another reform here, and I want to get a high enlightenment, there's one that has like a plus 20. So we want to rank up quickly to be able to have some kind of this one was what? This was plus 20 enlightenment. Tolerant autonomy of great rulers, the subjects do not notice the existence. To lesser ones people are attached, they praise them. Still lesser ones people fear, and the meanest ones people despise. Tolerate autonomy. Because then we'll be able to move on here and get the harmonious architecture as well as the harmonic congregation, which will allow us to get high enlightenment as well as decent amount of money. Because then we don't have to necessarily be at war to be making monetaries. So we're going to hit the end turn and see what Liu Baio does. And he ends up moving through. And I think he ended up trying to take Rune in the Iron Mine. Yuan Shu moved off it, and I'm just... Oh, it's this trigger again. So I'm going to do resourcefulness like I did last time. Friends, I like the choices made by this one when faced with dilemmas. He-man and he. Reports, assignments.
China is people, not its oppressive warlord.
How powerful is Yuan Shu? He's about the same.
My aim is not precise.
I think I want to do an offensive here. I don't like that I'm still at war with my Chow. And I would like a peace deal if possible. Liu Day is willing to go with peace, so I am going to go with that. I'm going to sign deal with that. I think that's what I'm going to do. And in fact, I think I'm actually going to sign a peace treaty with Liu Baio as well. Because he no longer holds that iron mine. And I wanted to, but I think maybe taking on Yuan Shu would be better. He has relatively the same amount of strength that I do. If you go over here, their strength compared to yours is similar. And he doesn't necessarily like us too much either. He's getting, well, I mean, he does. Gong Du sitting next to him. He does like us, but I don't know, specifically. So I might declare war on him. And I'm going to sign a peace treaty with Liu Baio. So we're going to sign that.
So be it.
And what we're going to do is... I'm going to attack... Is Ruin... What is the...
Thrust with conviction and strike through. The goal is fixed. Bend, do not break.
And I'm wondering if I can just go to... I'm going to go to diplomacy and declare war on him from there. I don't know if there's a... There might be a special thing in regards to the spiritual aspects of declaring war via diplomacy beforehand. Well, that would be... You know, you never know. Yuan Shu. Negotiate.
Not you
War,
again.
declare war on Yuan Shu. Issue declaration. And is he is at war with... Okay, he's at war with... Who's he at war with here? Dong Min, Liu Baio, Han Empire, Wen Kuang, and Wang Lang. Issue declaration.
We are immovable.
Doesn't
as
have any
stone.
allies, so
Do
it
your
seems. He's not a vassal.
Endure the scaling of a mountain to reach awesome views.
So we're going to attack Rune and Iron Mine with my army supporting from Guada, right next to Yuan Shu's army that's just outside Runen, and it might not be in the vicinity. So when I attack with Bai Tai, we'll see if there's going to be a large-scale battle happen.
Fury.
And there's not, so it's going to be just me trying to take the iron mine, and then after we're going to attack the main force of Yuan Shu.
So long as fortune shines down, we shall know glory.
The persecution of China ends here.
Victory is a bud now. Soon it will blossom. Swordsman, ready!
So a small force here to be true, and multiple.
Our men are spotted. Really? Steal yourselves.
Couple horsemen, so we'll send them in. What's this, light halberd? Spears. We'll go send the horsemen on the side. 3 entrances here from the vantage point that I'm looking at. We could go around, but I don't know if that's viable. And nope, 3 entrances. So we're going to go around with the horsemen, attack from one side on the Jian infantry captain, medium sword infantry, so that'll go well. Send my 3 generals right in the center. Get the archers to support them. Send in the foot soldiers, yellow turban, warrior, swordsman, right on the left entrance. So you can see the rain of arrows amongst the enemy troops upon my 3 generals being there, and just it's a really good tactic, sending in the the generals and then holding the unit off and then hitting them with the archer fire. Negligible damage to your generals, especially if you're playing romance mode. That single unit general. And the horsemen are just charging forth now, angry, or either that or they're retreating, and they are charging.
The enemy run. Craven.
Right into the peasant warriors. Not as much of a charge they were hoping for, though. They are getting pelted. And the horsemen are still taking on those swordsmen on the side. They almost want them to just march right past, get them right the heck out of there.
The enemy unit flees. What cowards! To battle! Attack! March at the double! Faster! Charge!
There was a fresh unit of horses just about to attack my horsemen. Spears against swords. And they are fresh, but they are going down. Looks like they have swords. Yeah, my swords.
Hold the line! Take heed, warriors!
One of our generals has fallen, I think, to a certain degree. That was not good. I did not see that happening. Yeah, that is a tragic circumstance if that was the case of it. It might have been He-Man, I do not know. So with the fervor of one of their generals lost, the yellow turban warriors charged forth to take this settlement. Victory. Although that general loss is not good. Not He-Man, but I think it might have been Bai Tai. I am uncertain. I'm wondering if he survived, because there has been times when I've seen generals go down, but still survive.
Heaven blesses our mandate.
And he died Bai Tai has passed on in regards to this battle. And just as I was explaining the tactic too, so that is the danger of it. You got to keep an eye on your general's health level to get him the heck out of there when things are looking bad. That is partially my bad.
Only by growth will the word be spread.
So I'm going to choose a new general, and Han Xian is level 3, so I will choose him. But that is a bit of a loss.
Wisdom guides.
Killed in the line of duty by Tai, age 23. The general has died carrying out their duty. There are few deaths as noble, and the loved ones left to mourn take solace and feel pride in knowing their passing was in the service of a greater good. And there we spot Liu Baio. I think I will leave it off here with the Battle of Yuan Shu. It's going to be a close one, it says. So I think I'm going to quick save. I think that's going to be it for today. Carry on, people.